well, you got Roll20. You want to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now what?
Now
right?
what?
Yeah.
Well, at that point, you decide, what do you want to run?
Yeah, like, because you can run your own games, right? You can run your own homebrew, or you can make your own games, or you can purchase something like on the marketplace that like Dungeons and Dragons has made before.
Yes. So I think for this one, we said, well, let's do the Essentials Kit because there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
And we'll be playing a campaign. And the Essentials Kit is really good for having one-on-one sessions especially with companions. So you're at the roll20.net welcome screen. And what you want to do is you want to go up to the marketplace.
Yeah. So I've already done this before we started, but like, let's just search
the Essentials Kit.
Yeah, Essentials Kit. I've actually already purchased the Essentials Kit. And then let's say if I purchased it, it's in my account, I have it, I can create a game directly from the Essentials Kit. So you would just go to the top under games and click create game.
Create new game.
And it should show up in your list. I am lucky enough to have everything in my list. So I'm like,
you're going to have to scroll.
Yeah, but there it is. So it'd be as easy as like clicking it. And it loads everything for you. We have already set up our game though.
We have.
Yeah.
But you would click on it and then you would name your game. So the name of your campaign.
Best game ever. That's why I named it Best Game Ever.
You named it Best Game Ever. Okay. Yeah. So you click in there and you write in Best Game Ever.
Yeah.
And we have our character sheets with D&D 5e. We are ready to go. You are ready.
Yeah. So we would click, game. I'm ready, create the game. Awesome. And now I'm on a launch screen. So it would tell you like, oh, you can launch this game, or you can do some custom add-ons, some token markers. We'll get into that later on another episode. How to like really customize your game, how to add more stuff from the marketplace, and like kind of, put all the bells and whistles on it.
Make it fancy.
Yeah, make it super fancy. But I'm just gonna launch the game that we had set up. So it's just you went to Roll20, you got a module from the marketplace, or maybe you started your own game. And now you are in the game. Yeah.
So you press launch game. Now, Carlos, people watching, Carlos actually went up to the top screen and went to his Essentials game, which was not the game that he just created. Normally, you would just go to the big red button or pink button that was right underneath where you named it, launch game.
Correct. Yeah. And yeah, normally you would just do that. Sorry, I got a little distracted with the chat. If you guys have questions, let us know. We'll be checking in and out on the chat.
You're being called out for not having read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Am I really? Is it really? Yeah. Do people really like that? I thought it was like one of those books that like, only like.
Someone said you lost nerd points.
Oh, well, that's good. I feel like those have been holding me back. Those are like weights on me. If anyone's wondering, nerd points each weigh 20 pounds. You carry them around everywhere you go. And that's why nerds don't leave the house, because they're carrying these huge weights the entire time.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much to handle.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about, Victoria. We're talking about
we're talking about the Essentials Kit. We just launched the game.
Yeah, we just launched that game.
So we have the game in here. So now, as the GM, Carlos.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to do? You probably characters for your players?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's like one of the first things you can do, because like, again, I guess in this scenario, we are brand new to Roll20, and we want to get a game going like as soon as possible. Like we're going to be going through a lot of things at a time on these episodes. But I guess to like kind of get your players involved the quickest is to make characters for them. So yeah, I think we should start there.
Okay, so let's make some characters.
Sweet.
It's honestly like my favorite part
Is it really?
of D&D is creating characters. I
Now,
love it.
Now let me ask you this. Do you create, like, how do you usually run D&D games? Like, if you have to GM, do you create all the like a bunch of characters and have them choose? Or do you allow your players to create their own characters or work with you? Or is it like a hybrid of both where they work with you?
It depends. It depends on the game. It depends on the scenario. If I'm running a game for convention stuff or one shots, I might provide pre-gens, pre-generated characters that I have created and that people can choose from. If I am going to be playing a big long campaign, I'll often work with them, depending on their experience level too. There's a recent campaign that I just started. We are maybe about 4 sessions in. There we have 2 players who have never played really D&D before, so I walked through step by step with them. Others, they're old hat, so I just let them go ham.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you have any like restrictions, stuff that you just don't mess with, or like, ooh, like modules or like things that are just like, okay, things get way too zany if we add in all this?
Yeah, I will control which, like, if we're in Faerun, please don't select Ravnica stuff because it's a completely different setting. It's completely different everything. So I try not to cross those. But all the other stuff, I let them go. I like zany.
Yeah,
I think
me too.
zany's fun. I just generally let people have fun with it. And then and why I like doing character creation first is because then I can model the campaign based on their characters.
Oh, gotcha.
So that way I know backstories and I know all those little tidbits, and then I can grab from those and, you know, thread them through the campaign and make sure that the campaign is geared towards the players and the characters that are being played.
Gotcha. So you want that information first. Like,
yeah,
you want to have it first before you even start creating your world,
yes.
so you can play with people. That's awesome. Yeah. Because I've done both, and like they both have similar feels to it. I don't know why I always prefer to making my own character, when I feel like I always have like more fun when I'm given something that I didn't really think about. I guess it depends on like what type of mood you're in, you know?
Yeah.
I did notice someone in the chat mentioned they usually start with session 0. We will be going over that in this series. We wanted to dedicate an entire episode to session 0.
Yeah.
So we will be doing that coming up. But
session 0, very important.
Super
Probably
important.
the most important session you will have.
Yeah. I believe so. We're coming very close to getting into it right now too, because I want to talk about it. I can tell.
I know.
I can tell you wanted to talk about it too, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we should." No, we got. Let's talk about Captain America a little bit more.
You know, okay. I have not seen the films.
Any of them?
None.
Okay, chat, please. Chat.
I know. I have read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I've read all of the books.
You went after me for Hitchhiker's Guide, but you have not participated in the zeitgeist for like 20 years or 12 years or whatever. Wow.
I saw some of the X-Men films. Does that count?
No, it really doesn't. Let's get back to Learning Roll20 real quick.
Okay, Roll20.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a screen right now. I got a toolbar on the left-hand side that has a bunch of quick action stuff, and then I have this sidebar on the right. And today we're going to be focusing on the third button, which is the journal tab.
Little journal.
Yeah.
So it looks like a little newspaper.
Yeah,
and
I have it clicked here.
So you want to create a character for me. So now this is a lot of stuff. We don't need any of that information right now. What we want to do is press the button add.
Yeah.
Plus add, because this will allow us to add a handout, something that you share with your players. Because
now, do I click character or do I click handout?
You click character.
Character. Cool. Gotcha. Okay. I got this page. It says edit, and it's got a weird name. Like I didn't even put this name in. It just generated a character name for me.
Yes, it does. Now, at this point, what I usually do, especially if I'm creating characters for people, um, I might have asked them ahead of time, what sort of character do you want to play?
Hmm,
And I don't like naming characters for other people
gotcha.
myself. So I put the player name in there, and then I let the
Okay.
players later on add the name that they want.
Okay. I'm gonna put please name in there. Uh,
That works too.
yeah. And there's okay. So there's right underneath it. It says in player's journal. What goes there?
So in the player's journal, let me just open this up on my end too. Oh, I can see it on Twitch. So in player's journals, so you want to add it to your players who are located in. Now, if you have just created this Roll20 game and your players haven't joined it yet, you're not going to be able to assign this to anyone in
Oh,
particular.
gotcha.
Because until the person has joined the game, you're not going to be able to do anything. So if
Gotcha.
this was just you by yourself, you would leave that alone at
Okay.
this time. But
And then
since I'm
when
already here,
yeah,
you would put the broadswords because that's me.
cool.
So from that drop down menu, you would select that.
Gotcha. And then the one below it can be edited and controlled by. So the first one puts it just so they can view it.
Hmm.
And then the second one is so it can be edited and then controlled.
Yes.
Gotcha. So that
So
also
for,
would be
yes,
the
that would
broadswords.
also be me.
Gotcha. And then tags. Is this like why tags?
Well, so that it's searchable and you can find it very
Okay.
quickly. So you might want to put the player's name or the player character's name, whatever
Gotcha.
it is that you want to tag it so that you can easily search for it.
Cool. I tagged it with broadswords.
Okay, that works.
Just in case I need to pull it up, because there's a lot of stuff on your right hand side. Like as you're building a campaign, you'll start adding more pages into the journal. There'll be more characters, there'll be more settings, there'll be like bad guys in there. So you could easily search at the top in the search bar right here in the right corner for the broadswords thing. Okay, what else do we got? We got avatar, default token, bio and info, GM notes. Do you do anything with these right now?
At this point, I don't.
Yeah. You just want to set up a template for someone to work on, basically.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And then later on, maybe in a campaign, if I have specific notes that I want to add about this character, because maybe they dropped a piece of information just through role play and I want to remember it, I'll add all of my notes in there because I'm the only person who can see it. Because maybe I want to bring back in that long lost brother they just haphazardly mentioned. Let's have a family reunion.
Gotcha.
But until then,
Yeah. Cool. So I can just save it then, right?
yep, you just save changes.
Okay, cool. And I got this blank page where bio and info, I imagine if I put anything in there, it would show up. And then character sheet.
Yep, so you go over to the tab on
Okay.
the right, click character sheet, and that will give you the option to use the charactermancer, which we want to use. So let's use the
Gotcha.
charactermancer.
So there's basically like 3 ways to do this. There's the charactermancer, which is basically a wizard type of thing, not like a real wizard, like a sorry, the program
software
terminology.
wizard.
Yeah, the software wizard that walks you through step by step process of building a character. You could also just make an NPC really quickly, or you could edit the sheet directly. So if you know all the numbers, you know how to roll and want to put it in by hand, you can edit your sheet directly. But right now we're going to use the character.
We're going to use the charactermancer because that's also handy for if, let's say, someone is using a subclass that's in a, let's say it's a subclass from the Sword Coast Adventures guide.
Okay.
But you don't own that on Roll20, but let's say you own the book.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this way, it's not going to show up in your charactermancer because you don't own it, but you do have the book, so then you can go manually put something in.
Yes, and that's also what's really good about this system is because, okay, say you know, own the book, but you don't want to buy it digitally, or maybe you can't afford it right now, but you have access to this information. That does not stop you from using it in the program. You can enter it manually. So you'll always have stuff available or tools available for you to play the game you want to play. So that's also really good about the system. But I do have that book, so I will click use the charactermancer. Cool. I had this little page, charactermancer with a wizard hat on the sea.
See, it's a wizard.
Yeah, it's
You
a wizard.
were right.
It's a real wizard. I'm gonna click next, and we'll get started on this. So, what should we make? This is the charactermancer.
Yeah, and this is the character I get to play.
Yeah.
Let's make. Okay, I love barbarians, so it will be a barbarian. A gnome barbarian. Let's make a gnome barbarian.
A gnome barbarian. Okay, we're gonna start with race, so we'll start with gnome. And we click that and release it, blah, blah. Cool. Alignment. What do you usually play?
I usually play lawful neutral.
Yeah.
I like lawful neutral because I like. So what do you think? Should I go out of my box?
I always played neutral good. I almost either lawful good or neutral good, like almost always.
I'm always chaotic neutral or lawful neutral.
I can't hang on to that evil. I can't hang on to it. Like I tried in role playing, I'm not good at it. I just can't. It doesn't come natural to me.
Lawful neutral. Lawful neutral. Let's be a lawful neutral barbarian.
Okay, cool. So gnome cunning subrace. Deep gnomes, forest gnomes, rock gnome. I once played a punk rock gnome in a game. Sorry.
That's all right. That's fine. Let's be a forest gnome.
Forest gnome, cool. Yeah, and we're gonna click next on that. And you want to be a little barbarian, little tough guy?
Yeah, I want to be a little barbarian.
Yeah, whenever I think of like gnome barbarians, I always think of like pugs. Have you ever picked up a pug and it just squirms and it's all muscle? Like a pug is just all muscle. That's what I always think of.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I did not think that before, but now I'm gonna think that every time.
POC in TTRPG, Carlos is is too soft a bean for evil. I am a soft bean. Skill proficiencies. What is your little gnome proficient in? Animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, survival. What do you think?
Okay, perception, because I always use perception. That is one thing that I will always metagame on.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and that's
but
the thing.
I do.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well own up to it, right? You might as well just like build it in your character and not just like.
It's my favorite skill.
Yeah. I mean, what's your second favorite skill? What else are we proficient in?
Animal handling.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to pet all the dogs.
Do you throw in a lot of animals in your games?
Yeah.
Do you really? I like never remember to. I think that says a lot about a person, right? Like if they're willing to throw in animals into their campaign. I do. Do you have pets? I don't have pets.
I do. I have a dog.
Okay. Yeah, I have a dog. I can barely take care of like plants.
I've gotten better at plants actually.
Oh,
I've got a whole. Well, you can't see because there's a giant screen behind me now, but I have a whole corner full of plants that I have not killed.
That's awesome. It just makes you feel better when you see them all the time. And it makes me feel really good when I remember my plans. Like it makes me feel like, oh, I'm on top of my stuff today.
Yeah, I fed you some water.
Yeah. You know that thing I fed myself 10 times today? well. I
Well.
remember 3 days ago. Ability
Just-
score method. So this is
Yes.
this is a lot of people have a lot of opinions on this.
Mhm.
Standard array, roll for stats, point by, or a custom. What would a custom be? I've never done a custom before. How would those seem like the three main ones.
I guess custom is if you're creating the character as a GM and you want them to have specific stats.
Okay. Oh, like something outside of any of these, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
What do
just
you-
want to type them in.
What do you do?
I usually do point by or standard array, either or.
Okay.
Or if I'm feeling really nice, I ask people to roll for drop the lowest.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the best. Okay, well, what do you want to do for this character?
Well, you have point by up there, so
Yeah.
let's stick with the point by. Except you're gonna make I don't have to do the math.
Yeah, you don't have to do the math because, that's the really good part. So it gives you an available point. Your available points are right up there. So as we start clicking on stuff, yeah, you'll see it drop down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I would like to do though, yeah, strength for sure, 100%. I want strength at 15, please.
Okay.
All the way, all the strength.
Put it up to 11.
Okay, and I want 14 constitution, please.
Oh, this is how you're gonna do it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
I go in order.
Oh no,
But
I
yeah.
I
Okay.
go by order of preference. And then wisdom, how many points do I have left? I have 7.
I clicked this one on accident for you, but you have way more than that. I could just
Okay.
bring that down.
Wisdom at a 12, please.
Okay.
And then the rest I don't really care about.
Okay. And the rest I don't really care about. So
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
hold on.
meh. How
But,
many points do I have?
I don't think. Yeah. So let's
All
see.
right. So how many? I have 7 points.
Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. So I'll put your charisma at a 9. How about that? Is that 15, 11, 14, 11, 12, and 9? How about that?
That works.
Yeah. This is he's a very beefy boy or woman or person.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah.
is very beefy. And you know what? She's a little surly.
Yeah.
You know, I think she's not surly. She's just curt.
Yeah.
I think she's like very straight and to the point, and you know, sometimes like you need tact. She just doesn't have tact.
Yeah. And wants to get in. Everyone's just wasting her time. She just wants to go home, sit down with her gnome creatine, and just have a relaxing day, watching her YouTube videos on
I
lifting.
think she knits.
Oh, she knits.
Yeah, she knits.
Okay.
She likes to knit. Well, when you're trekking around in the forest, you want really warm feet.
Yeah.
So, some good socks.
So knitting. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
totally makes sense. Yeah. Love that.
So I think we got our abilities.
Got our abilities. Go into a background. And is loading here.
Yeah. Okay, background.
Yeah. So there are a lot here.
There are a lot.
I have everything in my account.
So do I.
So it unlocks everything. What do you play? I don't know. I never select any of these. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
I kind of
I always use them.
I kind of just pick kind of the same ones, I'm like a soldier or a charlatan or a criminal or kind of. I never look into. I think because I don't know what the other ones are right off the top of my head, so I just feel
Okay.
embarrassed. But I guess I don't have to because I could just easily click any of these, right?
Yeah, you can just click anything and it'll tell you exactly what it is.
Oh.
That's the beauty.
Okay, that's stupid. I should have been doing that a long time
And
ago.
Amazon, I don't even know what that one is.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what that. Well,
MHH.
I always go with hermit. Actually, you're always saying that you go as soldier. I always like
Hermit?
hermit. Yeah,
Why
I like
hermit?
because I love playing those weird people who live in the forests by themselves.
Okay.
They're just fun.
Okay. I feel you on that. I don't know why they're fun though. It seems
I like them.
Okay. Language proficiency.
I'm a gnome in the forest.
So you already have common and gnomish. What else could you get?
I think I'll speak Elvish.
Elvish? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. And what else we got here? Life of Seclusion. We can roll for it too, so that's really cool.
Oh, yep, we can.
I always hit roll.
You just hit the roll button.
Let's do it. So roll. I was searching for spiritual enlightenment. Oh yeah, and then you get to hear that little button whenever there's a roll, the little sound effect. Personality traits. Roll for it, or
yeah, let's roll for it.
Let's roll for all of these. Let's figure out who you are after rolling for all of these. I connect everything that happens to me to. It sounds like me. To a grand cosmic plan. Okay.
Okay.
I am working on a grand philosophical theory and love sharing my ideas.
Okay.
Free thinking, inquiry, and curiosity are the pillars of progress. Your character doesn't seem like they're that smart, so I'm just really wondering what they're what they're what they're so curious about.
I'm wise though.
Okay.
I'm wise.
I'm still seeking the enlightenment I pursued in my seclusion, and it still eludes me.
Because I don't quite have the intelligence.
Yes, that's
to
what
back
it is.
The wisdom up.
You don't understand. I like keeping. Oh, also, your major flaw is I like keeping secrets and won't share them with anyone.
Oh, okay, that's handy.
Yeah, well, that's working for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna click next on that guy. Okay, how would you like to choose equipment? And here's the other thing. Right? Like these are, I love knowing this about you too. Cause I'm like, you could tell so much about a person based on like how they run their games. Right. So how do you handle equipment? Do you class the equipment, or do you have a starting wealth, or?
I usually start with starting equipment, and then they have their starting gold. And then if they want to sell back, they can sell back at half to get something better.
Half, huh?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
It's used.
Okay.
It was your starting equipment. It's used.
I mean, there's still a lot of life. We just took it off. We took it off the lot a couple hours ago. I don't know if it's lost.
Man.
I don't know if it's depreciated half of the value.
Nope, they get half of it for it.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. I'm just gonna choose class equipment. And then we'll just add those in. So what is your gnome's weapon?
I would like a great club, please.
A great club.
I just want this little tiny gnome with a great big club.
I don't have that option. I have great axe, great sword. I don't even have a club listed here.
What about a mace? A club?
I have a club in under the simple weapon.
Okay, I'll take that. So, but for my martial weapon, I guess I will take an axe or a hammer if the hammer's there.
Unless it's called something else, there is no hammer. There's a maul.
I'll take them all, please.
Yeah, take them all for sure. Those would not be weapons I would ever choose in real life, though. Right?
I mean, it's just a giant stick.
I know. And I feel like I could find those anywhere, especially in the forest.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah, but you can
Because
find
you
it.
can fight no matter where you are.
But I can do that with, if I find a stick, I could fight with it.
Not effectively.
Well, I feel like we're splitting hairs on this one. Like,
I mean, a tree trunk or a stick?
a tree. Hold on. Are you saying that a maul is much the same as a tree trunk?
It depends on the size of the tree.
Well, yes, I know. That's the entire debate. That's the entire debate, Victoria.
It's a sapling. What can I say?
Okay, yes. If it's a sapling, okay. We'll take that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that mall and club, and I'm gonna click next. Your forest gnome, you do have a minor illusion cantrip, so that's cool.
Ooh.
It also puts the spells on the right-hand side, so if you're wondering, you can always look at those things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a barbarian, so feat represents accomplishment. You don't have any accomplishments yet, so click next. Yeah.
I'm a little baby barbarian.
Okay. Do you have a character name?
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever picked a name that wasn't funny. Like
Quizzle?
Case in point. How do you spell
Q-U-I
Q-U-I?
Z-Z-E-L.
Quizzle.
Quizzle.
My name is Quizzle.
Quizzle.
Age?
Quizzle has been working. It's their life's work that they've been working on.
Yeah, so they're about 39. They're old age. Ready to retire.
Did you just say 39 is old age? Oh, right. Yes. Understood.
Captain America.
I got that. Well, I was standing a little at heart because I'm almost that.
Oh, God. We're all almost that. Even Captain. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice to retire next year. Not gonna happen. So yeah, let's say, you know what? I'll be 39. Let's immortalize 39.
Okay. Height.
39.
Weight.
Ooh. I'm 2'7".
Okay. And weight, I'm gonna put mind your own business. Weight, eyes, hair, skin. We could just go to the next section. I feel like, yeah, these are things that like.
These are things that you can do. My hair is black with streaks of gray.
I'm gonna put
salt and pepper.
Hair. Oh, salt and pepper?
Yeah, salt and pepper.
But I'm gonna put like salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and I got this review page right now. It'll show problems on this page if you skip something that's like important to the character sheet that it needs to do the math, or even like little things that you might have missed. It'll show in there. But I am not getting any errors, so
that's good. We did it right.
And
we did it correctly.
Correctly.
The proper grammar.
I'm gonna click apply changes.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Building the character.
Build, 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 build. The wizard is at work.
Quizzle is made. So
Yay.
We made our first character here. And one of the most important things, if you get anything out of this, it's a question we get all the time, or people are very surprised all the time, is that you can click on it and it will roll for you.
Yes. It's my favorite part of the character sheet on here.
A lot of people don't know that.
I know they don't, because I'm constantly walking people through it when we play games.
Yeah, it's really freaking cool. So it'll do so let's show some of that stuff. So if we look at our character sheet right now, all your ability, all your skills, it looks just like the character sheet that you would normally have. But one of the cool things is, if we click on like mall, right? So I'm going to click mall. And on the left hand, you get 2 rolls, basically. This is how this game is set up, for 2 rolls. Just in case you're rolling with advantage or disadvantage, you'll get both of those at the same time. So the first one is obviously your first roll, and the second one is your second roll. So yeah. And let's say it was, it hits, right? So I go to swing at my axe, 16. Does that connect? Yes.
Probably, especially at a level 1.
Yeah.
That was a very good roll.
Thank you. Quizzle, thanks you. But the other thing is like, okay, well, how do I do damage? Well, in Roll20, you can literally just click Maul in the chat, and it'll roll for you and show you what type of bludgeoning damage. And the other cool thing that I really like, and I didn't know this for a while.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Quizzle came out swinging, right? It really is a tree trunk. It wasn't a stick. It was a tree trunk. No, it wasn't a stick. What I like about it, and I didn't know about this, but like if you use your mouse to hover over things in the chat, like in these automatic rolls, it'll break down what you actually rolled to achieve that number. So if you want to double check your numbers, it's a great way to.
Yeah. To make sure, especially if you manually input your abilities and things like that, it'll make sure that you input it correctly.
Yeah. That's just because. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I was reading the chat.
Yeah, I was laughing because like 39 isn't very old for a gnome at all. But I've decided it's 39 in human years.
Yes. Yeah, so they have to do the conversion, much like we do the conversion of Celsius and Fahrenheit. Gnomes have to do the conversion in their head also.
I don't know those.
I don't know them either. Yeah, so okay, let's talk about this. So I got this character, and let's say, what's the next step? What do I need to do next?
Now you need to, at this point, you would invite people in.
Okay.
So that you can assign it. Now, we've already done that. We did that at the beginning. We assigned it. But that's what you would do. If you're pre-generating your characters ahead of time, you would then invite people to join it. So if you went to your chat menu, there's a link, a nice little link that people can use to join. So if you go to the chat toggle.
Yes. So this is a little difficult because if I show it, then they can invite themselves.
Oh, well, they can. So we'll pretend.
Yeah.
We'll do this, but where that blanked roll part is you would then, when you click on it, it will show a link. So you would highlight that link, you copy it, and you send it to your friends who could then join in. Yeah. And then once they join in, you can then assign the character sheet like we did at the beginning to them.
Yeah, so there's like a couple ways that you can invite people to the game as you go through these steps. Like you can set up the game like we did. You can make a character, and then when you're ready, you can copy and paste this link and send it to them. You can start and create your game, and before you even get into this section here, there's another section that allows you to invite players through email. You can do that, or you could actually, the link is there too, so you could even copy and paste that link and send it to them. However, like, whatever
message it to them.
Communication way that you have. Like you could text them or AOL Instant Message. I don't know if you guys are on AOL Instant Messenger still.
ICQ.
Just put it on your live journal, whatever you want to do. Like whatever form of communication is easiest for you. Yeah, Friendster. I love those things. Those are all my favorites. You can do that. What else do we want to talk about in terms of this character sheet?
I think that pretty much covers the character sheet for creating your character. Now we can go into, I think maybe a little bit later. Oh, yes, Kit Punker, a player can fill out the full sheet for the DM. We were just doing it from this perspective, but a player can definitely fill it out. You would at the beginning just assign the person a character sheet, a blank one, and then they would then go in through it all on their own.
Yeah. We did in the beginning, but I'll show you right now how to do that. Like in case someone else is GMing for the first time on Roll20 and you want to explain
Mhm.
it to them, all
Yeah.
they have to do is click on this journal tab, click add, and then add character. And then in player's journal, they would add your name. And then in the can be edited and controlled by, they would also add your name. And then they just click save, and then it'll show up in your account
Mhm.
if you've been added to the game. So, yeah, that's a question that we get all the time as well is, where I'm a player, why can't I create my own character? And you can, it's just, the GM, the game master has to allow you to do that. So some privileges need to be given to the player because not everyone plays that way. So
Yep.
it's an opt-in type thing. But yeah, if you guys have questions about the charactermancer or anything that you do for that, also we can show you real quick. Like let's say we get into level 2 and we want to update our character. We would click this little gear icon on the character sheet, and you would click the launch level charactermancer button.
Yep. Right
And
there at the
then
bottom.
that'll level you up. You can choose what level you're going to, and then any added spells or any feats that you need to add. You can do it all through there. Probably not. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, we'll stay on the line a couple more minutes. I feel pretty good about this. What's next week's episode?
Oh,
Wrote it down. I think it's a compendium.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's the compendium. So we'll be going. So next week we're going to be going over the compendium on Roll20, and it's basically this really cool search area that kind of like breaks all your books apart and like categorizes them and puts it in order from like classes and feats and items, so you can like quickly look through things instead of like picking up one book and then going to another and then picking up another book. You can quickly look through this and search for things. So we're going to be going through that. We'll be going through the search options that it has and ways to mix and match different features. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we did the thing.
I think we did the thing also. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us, Victoria. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's pretty sweet. Guys, we will be here every Tuesday at 4:15 for a quick learning Roll20 tutorial. Please join us. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll be back next week.